The firing range of the Galactic Military Academy hummed with a palpable tension as cadets from 17 diverse species readied themselves for their ultimate marksmanship assessment. Jack Martinez fine-tuned his standard-issue plasma rifle, its elegant extraterrestrial design still feeling unfamiliar in his human grip after 6 months of practice. Next to him, Daisy Chun knelt on the ground, carefully organizing what appeared to be an ancient projectile weapon alongside a collection of seemingly rudimentary accessories. "Observe the woman," chittered Zixgar, a mantis-like Theron whose multifaceted eyes sparkled with mirth, still grasping her primitive kinetic armaments. A number of other cadets participated in the ridicule. The imposing Gorvanian Thule necks emitted a deep, resonant laugh that reverberated through the sturdy floor. Propulsion through chemical means and the use of metal projectiles? How charmingly rudimentary. Maybe she ought to consider using next. Daisy remained unfazed by their remarks. She persisted in her careful arrangement, fine-tuning the bipod legs of her rifle with skillful accuracy. The weapon bore the unmistakable mark of human craftsmanship, a long-range precision rifle that had been heavily modified, appearing almost archaic next to the modern energy weapons wielded by the other cadets. While others brandished plasma cannons and photon blasters, she had managed to persuade the Academy to permit her Earth-made rifle for the assessment. Jack observed his friend as she engaged in her task, noting the serene concentration that enveloped her each time she dealt with firearms. They had matured in the same region of New Austin Colony, where pursuing the colossal thorn beasts demanded patience, accuracy, and reverence for each shot. When humanity received the invitation to join the Galactic Defense Force, both eagerly seized the opportunity to demonstrate their species' value among the stars. "Listen up, cadets, it's time to pay attention." Instructor Velter, a notable figure from Altaria, displayed blue skin marked by the remnants of numerous conflicts. "Today's assessment replicates extended strategic situations you will face in actual warfare. Targets will be positioned at distances varying from 500 to 2,000 meters. You have half an hour and endless supplies. Your performance hinges on precision, recognizing objectives, and adjusting to evolving circumstances." The other cadets chuckled as they lifted their sophisticated arms. Plasma rifles might modify their beam width and intensity through the help of computer technology. Photon blasters provided almost immediate target recognition. Daisy's rifle appeared as if it belonged in a gallery, standing out starkly against the others. Furthermore, Velter went on, the environmental conditions will change during the assessment. The forces of gravity, the density of the atmosphere, and the patterns of weather will vary to recreate the experience of battle across diverse worlds. As the assessment commenced, holographic targets emerged throughout the expansive training ground. The extraterrestrial trainees unleashed their fire without hesitation, their energy arms buzzing and sparking as they directed torrents of lethal illumination forward. Scores illuminated on the overhead display. Fairly good results, yet nothing remarkable. Daisy held her position, her gaze fixed through the scope of her rifle. She appeared unaware of the ridicule surrounding her as failures and close calls piled up on her scorecard. Other cadets had already made significant progress on their assigned targets, while she had not yet taken her first shot. "What is she up to?" murmured Jack, although he was familiar with the conduct. He had observed it repeatedly throughout their hunting trips. Through her lens, Daisy observed and anticipated. She meticulously noted the wind patterns by examining how debris shifted across the field. She observed the impact of the artificial gravity variations on the trajectory of the projectiles. Most importantly, she started to discern the cadence of the environmental shifts, recognizing the sequence that the computer systems employ to navigate various planetary states. When she finally pulled the trigger, the sharp report of her rifle sliced through the hum of energy weapons like a bolt of lightning in a tempest. Objective neutralized. Focus on the center, 1347 meters. The derision subsided a bit, yet the other cadets brushed it off as mere chance. Daisy operated her bolt action, a painstakingly deliberate process that felt almost ludicrously sluggish next to the swift discharge of the energy weapons surrounding her. She took another shot, Another objective completed. Flawless shot, 654 meters. With her fifth shot, the atmosphere at the firing range had become distinctly more subdued. Every shot struck true with a flawless accuracy, even as the pull of gravity changed and synthetic weather systems moved over the practice area. While the other cadets grappled with recalibrating their weapons' computer systems for each shift in the environment, Daisy seamlessly adjusted her aim, drawing on years of experience interpreting natural conditions. Instructor Velter approached, his keen observation focused on Daisy's method. He observed as she adjusted for the wind drift that her basic rifle couldn't compute on its own. He noted her rhythm of breath, the manner in which she struck at the natural lull between heartbeats. Most impressively, he observed how she predicted the shifts in her surroundings, aiming not at the current positions of her targets, but at where they would be by the time her shots reached them. Unbelievable, Zixgar whispered as Daisy's score soared. How can she stand against such an outdated tool? Velter's expression deepened into contemplation. Having fought through the Void Wars, he had stood shoulder to shoulder with fighters from every corner of the galaxy. He discerned the nuanced indicators of exceptional training, the efficiency of motion, the complete calmness between shots, the manner in which she engaged with her tools instead of depending on their automated features. With just 5 minutes left, Daisy was leading with the top score displayed. Her last attempt was a work of art, a mark at the furthest distance visible for just 3 seconds amidst a Tempest simulation. The projectile journeyed for almost 4 seconds through varying atmospheric conditions before hitting its target. Flawless achievement, a milestone never before reached in the Academy's legacy. The shooting range was quiet, save for the soft whir of the air circulation systems. Instructor Velter approached Daisy as she meticulously disassembled her rifle with the same deliberate precision she had employed during its assembly. "Cadet Chun," Velter spoke softly, his words resonating in the unexpected silence. "Where did you acquire those shooting skills?" "Home, sir," Daisy answered plainly. "It was my grandfather who imparted his knowledge to me." He absorbed knowledge from his grandfather. Velter nodded with a measured pace, a glimmer of comprehension illuminating his time-worn gaze. He had come across tales of human military customs, murmurs from the distant colonies regarding elite fighters capable of extraordinary accomplishments using rudimentary arms. "Your grandfather," Velter murmured, his voice lowering to a near whisper yet resonating distinctly in the stillness. "He was a guardian of the wild, wasn't he?" Daisy's hands halted in their task. She gazed at the instructor with a subtle sense of accomplishment. "Affirmative, sir. Third-generation Earth colonial guardians." He remarked that the rifle was merely an instrument. The true power lay in the intellect that orchestrated it. Velter straightened, his expression transforming into one of profound reverence. At the firing range, trainees from various species looked on in bewilderment. Yet Jack comprehended. He had listened to the tales, shared in hushed tones across the distant realms. The Rangers were renowned, human fighters capable of enduring and battling in any setting, who approached each shot with the utmost seriousness, for their lives often hung in the balance. "Only those who are dedicated train like that," Velter proclaimed for all to hear. "I ought to have seen the indications sooner." As the implications settled in, the derision faded entirely. They were not observing a rudimentary individual grappling with outdated tools. They had observed a skilled artisan at work, preserving traditions shaped in the heart of humanity's journey into the challenging realms of space. In that instant, Daisy Chin transcended the role of a mere cadet. She served as a testament to the idea that the most traditional methods often hold the greatest value, and that genuine talent can never be substituted by mere advancements in technology.